Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And today we'll do a quick stock tip. Hopefully it doesn't lead over to like it was yesterday. But anyway, let's get right into this stock tip. And I want to point out this a quick stock tip from yesterday. I pointing out Plug Power. So let's look at Plug Power really quickly and see how they're performing this morning, okay? So if you notice, Plug Power is up. When I looked at it, it was up 19%. Of course, the market is ever changing every millisecond, so it is fluctuating, but Plug Power is up. And I gave this stock tip yesterday. So that means if you would have invested in Plug Power yesterday, okay, based upon my research and analytics, you would have made 18% on your money. And that multiplies, quadruplies if you buy an substantial amount of shares. So hopefully you understand what I'm getting at with that. All right, also let's go to WeBull. And what I love about the certain analytics in WeBull, you can just scroll through a lot of the tools here, okay? Right now, it's a strong buy at 66%. You have a 22% strong buy and zero for sale. So do I believe in my unprofessional opinion, okay, my unprofessional advice to buy Plug Power? Yes, I would like to buy Plug Power for sustainability of non-conventional energy sources, okay? So just to read a little bit about Plug Power, not to insult your intelligence, it is a provider of alternate energy technology focused on the design, development, and commercialization of manufacture of hydrogen fuel cell system used for the industrial off-road market and the stationary power market. The company's product line includes GenKey, GenDrive, GenFuel, GenCare, and RelyOn. GenKey offers solutions to customers transitioning their material, etc. The average plug stock price is at $6.33 with a high estimate of $7 and a low estimate of $6. So basically, excuse me, that's giving you a range of the potential growth of it. But again, is this an estimation? It's not an exact. So can it go past 7%? I mean, $7 a share? Yes, it can. Can it drop below $6 a share? Yes, it can. All right, EPS, earnings per share, looks kind of low. I believe they're a company that's operating out of debt, but nonetheless, they're still being profitable right now. And here's another good information here for 2024. Just looking out futuristically of how the company may or may not perform. Plug Power lifts 2024 revenue target to 1.2 billion from 1 billion. So they increased their revenue. That's a projection. All the stock news is pertinent to how stock essentially is going to do on the market, okay? It may fluctuate during that day, during that week, during that month, but nonetheless, when they have more income streams, giving out dividends, let me back up, not giving out dividends, but they have new income streams and their revenue increases, that means that the company could be putting themselves out of debt and being very profitable, means on the market is going to perform very positively. Your share is going to appreciate in value, okay? We're talking about Plug Power. This is the stock tip that I gave yesterday. And right now it's teetering between 17% and 19%, okay? So if we look at, let me see if I can decrease that, okay? When the market first opened, if you can look at the little box right there, it says 19%, okay? 19% at that particular time when the market first opened. So again, that's where it's fluctuating at and it's doing primarily well, okay? So let's move on to my next stock today. And I want to say, is this the ticker? Yes, this is the ticker. And I believe that the name of this one's called Ideanomics and the ticker is IDEX. Okay, we're going to look on them on both. You can actually see a long-term range right here. EPS essentially tells you if a company is operating out of debt. It's a quick tool that you can use like, okay, the company's operating out of debt, but does that really mean anything? Sometimes. Tesla is operating out of debt and they're a very profitable business. They're very profitable in the way their appreciation in their stocks go. Because a lot of you made a lot of money if you invest in Tesla before they reached the $1,000 mark. And here is a Plug Power over the course of a year, it has raised 219%. In the last 5 days, it's done 20%. The last month, 54. Last 3 months, 75. Year to date, 106. So these are the quick little tools you can look at, and you don't have to spend all day. And then also gives you the competitors in the market. Okay, the competitors in the market. Air Products and Camels, Procter and Gamble. If you don't know anything about Procter and Gamble, they make really small appliances. That's what they're really known for. They make other things as well. Lowe's and Walmart. Okay, there's the competitors in that space. So moving right along, let's type in IDEX. Let's look at IDEX really quick. This is my stock tip for the day. It's Ideanomics. Ideanomics. Okay. Right now, I know they're not looking too good for today. That's the market. Right now, as you can tell, they're losing about 8% of the market. But let's look at their financials. They're also a little bit out of debt here, not too much. But look at their year to date. Look at their 5-day mark, 1 month, 616%. That means that literally, if somebody was betting on this stock, when I mean betting is they put all their eggs in one basket. See, in the investment game, if you put all your eggs in one basket, I mean, you say, I got $10,000. That's the only amount of money that I'm going to invest in. That's betting on that stock. That's not a well diversified portfolio. That's gambling. When you're like, oh, I got 10,000, I believe in this stock. I believe it's kind of like I believe that number's going to hit. You're playing craps, okay? You're playing CeeLo, or you at the 21 blackjack table. That's gambling when you put all your eggs. I'm gonna put $10,000 on 21 black, or I'm gonna put $13,000 on 15 red, or whatever the case may be, right? You usually don't do that in an investment game. But if you did in this particular instance, I'm pretty sure this stock made some people some millionaire. We're talking about 616% in the last month. That is outrageous, okay? That is outrageous. So let's look at a little bit of analytics with this particular one. And what I love about this stock is only $3. Okay, you can get in. Does that mean that when you get in, it's going to start making you money? No, it can lose even more. But looking at what's been occurring with this stock, this is a quick little tool here. This stock, even for the year, is at 69% in appreciation. Okay, 69%. All right, so let's look at the timeline here. Let's just do 3 years. Let's do that. Okay, so as you can tell, they've been up and down. They have been all the way to the point they were $5. You see that? The screen is total. Let's go here and look at it. Let's go to 5 years on here. So as you can tell, they had a lot of highs, a lot of lows. But to the point is, they got up to 5%. I mean, $5.40 a share. So right now, it looks like it's going to drop below below $3. Can you get in and make some good money? I believe so. Do I believe that this is a good stock that you can invest in? I believe so. Just looking at some quick tools. Now, I'm not digging deep. Like usually when I dig deep and I'm putting a big wad of cash on a particular stock, I'm looking at the CEO. I'm looking at the business structure. I'm looking at the subsidiary, subsidiaries that they have associated with them. I'm looking at their partnerships. I'm looking at their revenue. I'm looking at their debt to income ratio. I'm looking at innovation. I'm looking at inventions, so on and so forth. Okay, I'm looking at the structure and frame of that business and what those guys are actually doing. That way I can make a sound decision in my investment. Now, if I throw $100 on this stock because I'm looking at the credentials here as far as their financials are concerned, then I'm actually going to just drop $100 into the stock, because look, over the course of time, they have been very profitable. They have been very profitable. Right now, I understand the market fluctuates throughout the day, but over the course of time, as we saw in the last one, if we look at this one right here, they have been making 69% in the last year. In the last month, they went up 616%. Okay, that's outrageous. And the analyst rating on MarketWatch says buy. Okay, so these are tools that will help you. Okay, let's look at some other things. Let's read about IDEX. It says Ideanomics, formerly 7 Stars Cloud Group, is engaged in providing cloud-based businesses to business solutions for a business landscape. The company focuses on base technology and infrastructure, including blockchain, artificial intelligence, supply chain, and exchange to the virtual platform as a service. Its business units include smart intellectual property, etc. So this particular stock, this particular organization, this company, this business had their hands in almost everything, okay? Think about it like this. Break it down, deconstruct their company just off what you read. They're in business. Then they're in the cloud space, okay? Storing information in the cloud, okay? Basically, they probably have a huge building or buildings where they have servers and space where they just store business information securely, okay? So they're in the tech field, they're in the business field. Then we talk about blockchain. Okay, now we're talking about cryptocurrencies, okay? Blockchain is a form of technology that helps to encrypt cryptocurrencies so people can't hack it, essentially. Can anything be hacked? I believe over time, anything can be hacked. If given enough time, given enough technology, anything can be hacked. But even IBM is using blockchain technology because it's so difficult to hack. So they have their hands in all of these different sectors and arenas that they've been so profitable and they've been doing good at it. All right, let's move right along here. So EPS, earnings per share, as you can tell, they were high in the first quarters here. They hit the fourth quarter. It looks like a decline, and then they bolster back up. Again, this is basically, think about the little, the little zigzag lines. I'm gonna call it that for people who don't understand. The little zigzag lines that go up and down, like the EKG, up and down, up and down. Look at those dots in that manner. You'll get exactly what I'm talking about. This is the usual course of a stock, or we can talk about candlesticks, right? Candlesticks, and a key reading function of a candlestick is how you go about looking at it, because you will see green, green, green. So here's the basic pattern of a candlestick. Here's the basic pattern of a candlestick. I don't know if I can change this to a candlestick, but the basic pattern of a candlestick, ladies and gentlemen, is green, green, green. It's usually 3 to 4 greens in the middle. And when that green begins to do top heavy green, that's usually an indication or an indicator to, if you're a day trader, to sell, or if you're a short-term, long-term, or lifetime investor, that stock is going to take a drop, okay? That's when you look at a candlestick, okay? When you look at a candlestick and that green portion of that candlestick start to move up the hammer. I like to move up the line to make a hammer. When it gets at the very top, that means it's going to topple over, okay? And that means that the stock value is going to depreciate. But almost routinely is essentially it goes back up. So if you're going to look at the candlesticks, you're like, okay, I can see that it's at its buying limit, okay? People are now like, okay, I'm not going to buy anymore. It's an indicator that the market is like, okay, you're not doing that much for us to continue to buy shares. So people hold off. When people hold off and some people begin to sell, then that candlestick, that top part of the hammer topples down and it decreases, and then it turns red because the stock price begins to drop. And then it drops and it drops and it drops. And when it gets to a certain point, and you have to look at the pattern, then it's time to buy before it starts to go back up. And that is the EPS thing that I was just referring to, okay? That's the EPS thing that I was just referring to when you see those dots, okay? That's kind of how it goes. All right, let's look at a little bit of the news. This happened 39 minutes ago. It said Ideanomics S3 shows registration of $250 million mixed securities shelf offering. Okay, that is good news. 19 hours ago, Ideanomics stock soars on heavy volume after order for 200 EVs in China. That's electrical vehicles. So that's why they did really, really, really well yesterday. So these are just quick indicators. And I want you to look at this. This is an analyst rating off of WeBull, okay? In the description after this video, there'll be a link for WeBull for you to get one stock if you just join, 2 stocks if you deposit another $100 that you don't even have to trade with. They have, the analyst rating has this at 100% hold, 100% hold. That doesn't mean don't buy. That doesn't mean that sell. That's just their analysis. They're like, if you got it, hold it. But me, I'm telling you, in my unprofessional opinion, to buy it, okay? This is a stock that is, like I told you, it's gonna drop under $3, but there's a lot of highs, but there's not too really large dips, okay? I don't see a lot of large dips. I see a lot of fluctuations, and if you're going up the mountaintop and you go down and then you got another big mountain, that's the way you look at it, the mountain. This is very profitable because if you buy in under $3, right? You buy in under $3, and let's say it's reached $5 again. You do the math. Because at this pinnacle, at this apex right here, it's at 140%. It's at 140% growth. Think about that. Think about that, okay? 140% growth. Then this one, the only change in this particular, because when it dropped down and it rolls back up, it's at essentially 12% growth. Long as you have positive growth and appreciation, you're gaining money. Your assets are doing primarily well. Now you can get into the particulars. You can get into the details over here. It opened at this much. It's high. Look how much volume is being transferred. What is the 52-week high? Look at the market cap, so on and so forth. But look at the 52-week low. This stock started off 30 cents, essentially. 30 cents. And now it's at $3. What if you, I want you to just do the math on this, okay? I don't even have the mental capacity right now to do the math. If you were to drop $5,000 when it was 30 cents and it's now $3, do the math. I told you that the highest point of this stock was at what? The highest point of this stock was at what? It was at 616%. Was that this one? I believe it was this one. Let's go to Market Watch. Let's look at this one right here. No, that was Plug Power. This one, the highest it's been is 600%. Okay. So either way, these are, you know, really good sound stocks. There's under $10. Shoot. And this one is under $5. Let's see if we can go to the trade and actually see if they're going to give us some candlesticks. Let's look here. All right. So let me further explain this candlesticks things to you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can adjust this for you guys. I'm gonna move this out. Okay. This is what I mean by candlesticks. This is what I mean by the hammer. As you can tell, there is a pattern here, okay? And you see how it goes, it starts to apex here at the top, and then it drops, and then it goes back up, and then it goes into the negative, okay? Then it goes into the negative right here. I'm having issues with my mouse, but anyway, you see how it topbles over at the top, and then it drops down. I'm trying to get my mouse right on it, but I'm having difficulties right here, and it drops down. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then at the bottom there, you see this kind of darkened out version down here. You see this darkened out version? This is the RSI down here, and these are the candlesticks, okay? A lot of other tools that you can use the MACD, the movement average indicators, but I like the line. You see the highlighted blue line that I'm going over that tracks it along? That's kind of that's your baseline, I call it, okay? I call it your baseline because there's a pattern here. Now, right here, at this climbing mountain here, you can tell how it's trickling up, and this is kind of outside of a normal pattern because you have anywhere from 4 to 5 sticks that are growing exponentially. But now it starts to reach its apex, and then boom, there's the indicator if you're a day trader to sell, or if you're an investor to know that this stock is going to take a dive, and that it did, okay? And that it did. Then it dropped all the way down at this particular point here, and then it trickles up a little bit, and you can see the candlesticks, so on and so forth. So these are great indicators to read these candlesticks, ladies and gentlemen. This actually helps you to be a more educated investor when you can actually look at this and it doesn't look like a bunch of squiggly lines. It doesn't look like this a bunch of red and black and blue colors, okay? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, for today, your stock tip. And I believe that IDEX, Ideanomics, will be a great investment for you to drop a couple of $1,000s inside of, okay? So with that being said, like and subscribe if you like this video. If you want more stock tips, I'll try to do maybe anywhere from 2 to 3 a week. Learn money and be inspired. You guys have a great day. I'm out.